Hello, people. Welcome to Tuesday Night Live. I decided to get on here early tonight. You know, I'm on YouTube instead of StreamYard tonight. And God bless you all for joining my YouTube channel tonight. Abide by the community rules. No cussing, no arguing, no fighting, no gay stuff, no sexual harassment, no hate crimes, no arguing. Hello, Yoakum. And no arguing. You get time out. I don't care if you're family or friends or what. I expect more out of my family to follow the rules. So I want to thank you all for joining me. I'm only using 2 studio mics tonight instead of 3. And I will put in the next couple of days
storm tracking team has arrived.
That I will put my Rotary Tiller company. I think it's PULSAR Legion Force 212cc rear wheel drive rotary tiller. I'll do that in the next couple of days because I haven't heard from Legion Force people. They said I get an email. That's what they told me a week ago today. Hello, Sherman Slick. How you doing, my friend? Welcome. I decided to get on here early. It's been spitting rain here in southern Indiana. And I've told you, I showed you my rotary tiller last Monday. It's a Legion Force 212cc rear rotary tiller with the blades on the back. It came from Home Depot. I don't know if I'm going to buy it. I try to do my best, I'm not like everybody else. I wish I could be like everybody else. I could have the subscribers. I could have the watch hours. I'm 70 plus years old, people, with 4 heart attacks, high blood pressure, sugar diabetes type 2, arthritis, back problems, and I got nothing to do. Plus, I'm single on a fixed income. And in case you all get Social Security on the 3rd is Saturday, so you will get paid Friday, in case you didn't know that. I try to give you information about things. Sometimes what happens in Clark County, Indiana, and around me, car wrecks when it's in the daylight time, because I'm not like the people in Bakersfield, California. Because when they're out at night, you got street lights. I live out in the country in the boondocks, and there's no lights. It's kind of hard to film when you're in the boondocks in the dark. You don't get a good video. But I do try to bring you car wrecks as far as it's close to me. I live on the border of 2 counties, and I got kitty cats, and I try my best, people. I try to talk about, in case you all want to be a first-time home buyer, and I talk about what I went through to buy this house that I went through about 6 to 8 years ago, somewhere in there. You had HUD, you had, what is it, VHA, FHA, USDA, you got your banks and all that. I try to help you all out in case you want to be a first-time home buyer. And what does it take to be a first-time home buyer? You either got to have a job, Social Security, SSI, kind of good credit, and when you fill out like for USDA, that's who I went through, that you need 12, I say 13 months of your water and your sewage bill. You need electric bill, gas bill. If you rent, you need about 13 months from your landlord showing how you paid your rent. And what count as income, either your weekly check, bi-weekly, or monthly check. If you get food stamps, that counts as income. And if you get child support, alimony, food stamps, that counts as income. That's through USDA. As I did years ago, you got the first application. That was 1 page. You send that back in. Then you get another application, which back there then was 10 pages of application. And I told you everything that you need to show on your credit, how you done this and that. You need to show what your income is. If you get Social Security or SSI, you need your award letter showing you how much you get. Also, check around you, because if you do it online to take your first-time home buyers class, it's going to cost you money. And you're going to have to make 65%. If you like me, people, my school grades wasn't that good. 65 is more like maybe a D, I guess. I don't know. It's been over 50 years since I've been in school. If you can find like somebody like Community Action or people like OVO that helps you pay on your electric or gas bill, stuff like that. And it's better if you take it in person. Like mine, it was on a Saturday morning, about 8 hours course. You take notes. You have people from banks, insurance companies, this and that. Also, when you buy your house, I think it's called, but you check with your real estate agent. I think it's called title insurance. You pay about $100 and something, and you only have to pay it one time. Also, using USDA, you have to have inspection on your house. I go in more detail of that. And by having that title insurance, in case you have a hole neighbor, that covers you. That means they pay for your attorneys, make sure nothing screws up. Because any of you that buys a house, you got to get it inspected. And like Indiana people, this where it sucks in Indiana. Like Kentucky and other states, to be an inspector in Kentucky, you have to build so many houses, commercial property, same thing with electric, sewer, and stuff like that. You have to build so many. Indiana, they send their blankety blank inspectors to school. They never built a house, never done plumbing work, electric work, this and that. They never done none of that. I've done electric work, I've done plumbing work, I've done carpenter work. But am I licensed by the state of Indiana? Nope. I don't want the headache. That's what you got to look for. And there's a guy that got his YouTube channel. I think his name is Holmes. He's out of Canada. And he does inspections. If you watch his, I think his name is Mike Holmes, I think. He's a good inspector. And that's what you need. There's questions you need to ask when you have your home inspected. How many homes did you build? How many plumbing jobs did you have? How many electric work have you? You know, that's questions to ask when you come in a first-time home buyer. And also, I want to give you some good advice. Have it surveyed. That way you know exactly where your four corners of your property is. You know, that's what I want you people to do, thinking of coming a first-time home buyer. But make sure you got your doctor bills paid off, your hospital bills. Make sure you got them all paid up. And you can download on your cell phone Credit Karma or something like that. That has 2 credit reports. That way you see how good your credit is instead of getting your free 3 credit reports once a year. By using Credit Karma, they're not a sponsor. And you see what your credit report is. You can check it out every month. You know, you just have to put everything in it. And that's the thing about buying a house. And also talk about your kids that watch this with your parents. If you're a straight A student, I'm not telling you to do this, but I'm asking you because God wants you to help out the other kids in your class. No matter if you're in elementary school, junior high, high school. If you're a straight A student, please help out the kids that's in your class. Because the teacher, I'm guessing, is 3 to 4 times your age. And sometimes kids won't listen to the teacher or the class is too big. When I was in school, our class was 10 to 15 kids in a classroom. Now, I think you got over 20 kids in the classroom. You know, I want you to think that by you helping kids in your class, one day, one of those kids you helped out will be a VIP, a very important person. Either a police officer, a lawyer, doctor, you know what I mean. They're not going to forget you. That's how come I want you, because I asked this kid, God rest his soul, he's up in heaven. He was a straight A student. And I asked him to help me. He said, blankety blank, no. Don't ask me why. You all can figure it out. But people, you heard me talk about Howard Hughes. You can type that into YouTube or maybe your search engine. Howard Hughes was an older guy. This is a black and white TV show about Howard Hughes, dressed like a bum, hitchhiking around. This young gentleman, I forgot his name, picked him up, took him out to eat, got him a motel room where he could take a bath or a shower, whatever they had back there in the black and white TV shows days. And, this young guy, he didn't ask nothing from Howard Hughes. He didn't know he was a millionaire, billionaire. When he died, Howard Hughes died. Howard Hughes' lawyer looked this guy up, and he ended up getting Howard Hughes money. I can't remember if Howard Hughes was married or had any family. I can't remember. That was in about the 50s and 60s. And but I know they made movies about Howard Hughes, but this one is an old black and white movie where he was hitchhiking all around the United States. That's what I want you all to do. Hello, RM. And people, if you're ever in a hospital or a doctor's office, thank your nurses for the service that they do. That's what I want you to do. I want you to thank them nurses for the service they do for the people here in the United States or any country. That's what I want you to do. Thank a nurse. And if you all happen to be out around a truck stop, you see a truck driver, thank the truck drivers for their service. You got good ones and got bad ones. Just like here, we got good people and we got bad people. We got all kinds of here on this planet. But if it wasn't for the truck drivers, people, look at the vehicle you drive. Look at the clothes you got. Look at the house you got. Look at the TV. Look at the computer. Look at everything you got. It was brought in by truck drivers. I know when I was young, they used to bring it in by train, but they done away with some of these train depots and train tracks, That's what I want you all to think about. Helping people. And you know what my PayPal account is. You know what my Cash App is. You know what my post office box is. I appreciate if you can donate, one of those three. Like my post office box, gift cards like Subway, or like canned cat food, or gift cards for where I can get big bags of cat food, 30 pounds plus of cat food. These cats like Meow Mix. I tried some others. They don't like it that well. And, I need your all's help. You're my YouTube family. YouTube family stays together, and we try to help out everybody. You know, that's what we do as a YouTube family. If you get an email that somebody subscribed to your channel, please subscribe back to their channel. You help them out, no matter if it's a man, a woman, or whatever. Let's help them out. That's what I do. When I get an email, I would subscribe to their channel to help them out. Watch some of those videos, help them get their watch hours up. As you all know, YouTube, you need 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours. They cut it in half, 500 subscribers and 2,000 watch hours. You know, kind of help us get our foot in the door. I don't have any super chats because I got over 500, but I haven't reached the 2,000 watch hours. And that's what I need. I need to get my watch hours up. I'm on YouTube tonight instead of StreamYard. I'm going to go back and forth, StreamYard and YouTube. Because then I can share videos on StreamYard. And somehow, when I shared Bob Joyce video Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the audio was low. But in the earphones, it seems loud. But on the video, after I watch it, it was low. And somebody told me the audio was low. I don't know how to get the audio up when I share a video on StreamYard. If any of your people here on YouTube tell me how to get my audio up on my shared videos when I do it on StreamYard, I appreciate it. And I know I came early because I've been watching CSI Miami in there on the TV. And I am going to bring you an update on my Legion Force 212cc rear drive rotary tiller that I got a week ago today, and it done went kaplunk. And I called Home Depot. Then Home Depot gave me the phone number for, I can spell it better than I can say it. I think it's PULSAR, Legion Force 212 rotary tiller, CC rotary tiller. They said they would exchange it. You people, it's out there, lawnmower mechanics that works on stuff like it, or maybe work for one of them people who sells rotary tiller, ride lawnmowers. You know they do not put inner tubes in them anymore. This Legion Force rotary tiller, it had an inner tube in it. People, my past experience with those rear type drives, your rim is going to slip and it's going to cut the inner tube. That's what happened to me on both sides, the left and right side. Try to put it in reverse. It would not go in reverse. And they said they're going to do, send me another one. But I want Legion Force to do sent it to Home Depot in Clarksville, Indiana. Have them put it together. Let them try reverse. Make sure everything works. Because I just got a feeling when I get it, it's going to have the same problem. I'm kind of fed up with Home Depot right now because I had the LG ThinQ electric stove. The first one they brought out, it didn't work. The control panel was broken. It took 2 weeks to get the second LG ThinQ stove. I am going to put that on there, the serial number, the reference number, the model number, where you all can keep calling them. I want to thank the people who has done it. They haven't texted my son since I forget what day last week. And I've told you, I don't blame Home Depot. They didn't make the stove. LG did. Just like this rotary tiller. They sell it, but they didn't make it. Home Depot in Clarksville flat told me last week that when they ship it, I have to put it together. No, I'm not going to put another one together. I want Home Depot in Clarksville, Indiana, put this Legion Force 212cc rotary tiller together themselves, bring it in a pickup truck. That way they can make sure everything works. And that's what I want them to do. You know, I'm tired of messing with Home Depot. I know they didn't make the blankety blank thing, but they sell it. Me, if I was one of the owners or CEO of Home Depot, with the problems we have in the LG stove and this Legion Force rotary tiller, you either fix it or we're going to quit selling it. You know, that's all it takes, people. If you own a business, I don't care if it's Ace Hardware or Lowe's or whoever sells these crappy things, you know, just like that's what I would love to have you people do. You know, and also, people, let me take my earphones off, head over to the icebox, and get me a Pepsi Zero. I want to come back and talk to you about Pepsi Cola, in case you all having the same problems. And I'll be back about a minute because I'm still down on my back. It's been a week. Oh. So I want to show you. Here's my Pepsi Zero. It's not open. As you all know, probably in your state, Pepsi shut down a few factories. That's what I'm PO about, people. I can't get Pepsi Zero hardly anymore. I got a family member that works for Pepsi. And I just want to let you all know, they told me, I got a couple of family members working for Pepsi. But this, I want the CEOs, to me, them CEOs should be fired in my book. I'll be a good Pepsi CEO. But before they shut down those places that make Pepsi Zero and other Pepsi products that you can't get, before they shut them down, the plants is still open. They should have that all set up to make Pepsi Zero and other Pepsi products. That's my opinion, and I stick to it. I've been raising all kinds of tech with Pepsi. Went on X, complained to them. They said not everybody has Pepsi Zero. I said, that's funny. The last year they had Pepsi Zero, but I blame you all for shutting them other factories down and not having the other places all set up. You know, that's my opinion. I'm not getting paid to show this on my YouTube channel. I'm doing this because I'm a diabetic. If you don't like Pepsi products, there's other soft drinks out there that you can get zero sugar. You know, I'm not telling you to do that. And I live in southern Indiana, people, county of Clark. And comes the first, which is, it'll be Thursday. I'll be going to Walmart in Scottsburg, Indiana to get me 24 packs of Pepsi Zero, usually about 3 to 4. It depends how many they have. You know, it costs me money. But the other stuff they got out there got sugar in it. I can't have sugar. Anybody who's a diabetic, type 1 or type 2, you know what I'm talking about. You know, I got me some orange juice, but I like orange juice that got the pulp in it. You know, PULP pulp in it. To me, that's orange juice. And but you know, if I own a place like a dollar store or places like that, and you don't have one I want, that even goes for Home Depot. Come and take it all out. Take your Pepsi products or Coke products, RC out. Take it all out until you can get what my customers want. You know, they had coolers at the dollar store. I want to tell you where it is. It's 32 Leola Road, Scottsburg, Indiana. Very nice people. Nice people works there. That's what I like about Scott County. They're great people. And they even fussing to Pepsi, even the sales rep, that people's fussing because they can't get their soft drinks that they want. You know, Pepsi makes more and Pepsi. They make root beer, diet soft drinks. They make all kinds of other stuff that you can't get because the CEOs of Pepsi closed some Pepsi plants down. And my family member who works for Pepsi, they know I drink Pepsi Zero. But Pepsi is not paying me. This is showing you all that I'm telling you the truth. This is the proof. And it'd be nice if Pepsi would give me 4 36 packs of Pepsi Zero. They could leave it at the dollar store at 32 Leola Road, Scottsburg, Indiana. And say, I'm leaving you 4 36 packs to give to Tom Cartwright, $43.75. You know, but they're not going to do that. You know, look how many millions of dollars they're advertising on TV and radio or whatever else. But I haven't seen one Pepsi commercial on YouTube. And, you know, I need to get my watch hours up. I need to get my subscribers up. My goal, people, is to get a sponsor like Kubota Tractor. There's a Kubota dealer in Salisbury, Indiana. Jacoby Sales. They're on Highway 60 and 311 in Salisbury, Indiana. I like to have a Kubota tractor with a backhoe, and on the front, the bucket with a quick connect and a grappling hook where I can pick up tree limbs. That way I don't have to bend over. And another thing I would need with that Kubota tractor is a cover to go over it, since I don't have a garage to keep it in, you know. And I will do more videos on that rotary tiller when they get to me. They got 7 more days to send me an email. But I am going to put it on YouTube. The order number, everything. I'm going to do a video from YouTube to show you what it looks like. And you all can look the phone number up when I put the number and this and everything on it, when I got it. Well, you all can help me out. Because I put it together a week ago today, which was last Monday, whatever the date that was. Well, a week ago today, people. And I got pictures on my cell phone that shows the boxes all ripped up the side and on the top. And the frame, the metal frame that comes in, you got 4 bolts to hold that rotary tiller inside of it. You got 2 at the front, 2 at the rear. The 2 at the rear was ripped out. Maybe that damaged the transmission. I'm not a lawnmower mechanic, but it screwed up somehow. That's Legion Force rotary tiller, 212cc rear drive. You can look it up on YouTube. You can see what I'm talking about. And but they did say they will send a replacement. They said you'll get an email. And I flat told him over the telephone, it needs to be put together. Make sure everything works on it. It'll go in all gears. It'll go in reverse. And The last time I started, it sounds like the transmission is making a noise. I don't know if that's natural for them to make noise like that. I don't know. I'm not a lawnmower mechanic. When I worked back in my younger days, before 92, I quit in 92 when my dad passed away in April of 92. I quit my job because I couldn't take it because I had health problems and all this. And anybody, I want to thank you all for coming up here and watching it. I like to get 1,000 views on my YouTube channel, but I want to thank you all that do watch this. I can't ask for anything else. You know, and like I say, I'm giving them. They said it'd be about 7 to 14 days before I guess I get an email. I figure I get an email in a couple of days. As of today, people, it's been 7 days, not working days, but you all know factories work 7 days a week. Office help probably 5 days a week. I don't know. But I'm not letting them push me around. I'm not going to let that happen. I'm 70 plus years old, 4 heart attacks, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, arthritis, back problems. Since I put that rotary tiller together, I've been down with my back, taking some pain pills, sleeping on a hot pad. There's times I can't get out of bed, especially when you have to go to the bathroom. And, I know you all trying your best out there to help me out. And I know I'm early tonight because I'm trying to get different people across the planet. I know money's tight. I'm talking to the people who has the money that can really help me out. I got, Medicaid, Medicare, and Anthem insurance. And Anthem never got back with me. I asked them about the walk-in tub. They said they check on it. I done research on the internet. The doctor would have to recommend it to, I guess, the insurance company. I guess. I don't know. But I was raised in an insurance company family. My dad was the owner of Peters Insurance in Charlestown, Indiana. My dad was a mason of Lodge 226 until he died in April of 92. And my mom, Margaret, you saw it when I was on StreamYard. I had a picture of my mom, my dad, and my daughter Gina. That's when she came the grand organist for the state of Indiana. And I want you people also donate to St. Jude's, the kids who has cancer that was set up by Danny Thomas. You can look Danny Thomas up because he had a TV show back in the 50s and 60s. And the Shriners that you see on your TV station. I tell you something about the Shriners. Before you can become a Shriner, you have to be a Mason to be a Shriner. I'm just letting you know a few things. Also, you people knows veterans out there, wounded warriors. And I want you to help out the wounded warriors. That could be a brother or sister, dad or grandpa, or a brother or a sister, or a niece or nephew that got hurt during the war. Think about your family and donate to the wounded warriors. I'm not getting paid for this either, people. I just care about your people. And you see, back last month, I believe, DJ Daniel, a 13-year-old boy that you saw in Congress when President Trump gave his speech, made him an honorary member of the Secret Service plus FBI. I think it's he got over 1,000 honorary members. He done that through, which you all heard it in your state or country. I think at Make-A-Wish Foundation, I believe it's called, to help kids get to their dreams, whatever it is. What makes me mad? DJ Daniels had brain cancer since he was 6.5 years old. And a doctor gave him, that you heard on every news platform, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, X, you heard it everywhere, Facebook. They didn't expect him to live about 2 to 4 months. And he's 13.5 years old and still got brain cancer. What made me mad, people, I don't care if you're a Democrat or whatever. You saw during that speech when President Trump introduced DJ Daniel, everybody stand up except the Democrats. And they didn't clap, they didn't wave, they didn't do nothing. But people, your Democrats screwed up. They're your future voters. And by you not standing up, cheering this 13.5-year-old boy with brain cancer, you all hurt your party. That's only my opinion. But kids around 12 or 13 years old, they're going to see what you all done to this 13-year-old boy when Donald Trump gave your speech. I know some of you people don't like Donald Trump. That's your right. That's your right. And but you got to think, Trump does care about you, no matter if you're a Democrat, Republican, Independent. He don't care. He's going to help you out. And that's what I'm here for. I'm helping you all out, give you information to help you all out. And I'm giving you all ideas like the fathers and mothers who got their YouTube channel, who might have kids. Here's something you need to do. The father and mother need to talk about their family medical history, diabetes, heart attack, stuff like that. Because if you pass away tomorrow, how will your children know what their family medical history is? You know, I'm adopted. When I went to the hospital back in my younger days, to a Clark County Hospital, which is in Jeffersonville, I said, I'm adopted. I don't know what the family history is, but I do now. I found out since 1971, 72. I know what most of my family history is. This nurse or doctor came in, and she adopted some kids. And she asked me, how do I feel? I said, I feel like I'm better off a family who couldn't have kids. And I said, also, the kids needs to know their family history. I give you all kids credit. You know by looking at your mom and daddy, do I look like them? Do I have their eyes? You all know there might be something different. You know, one of the parents could die when you was a baby and the other one got remarried. You know, that's what I want you all to do, your parents. Do a video and tell if you got diabetes or heart problems, heart attacks, strokes, high blood pressure, cancer in your family, your children needs to know that. They can always go back and look at your YouTube channel and see it. Plus, by doing a video, in case something happens to you, they know what mommy and daddy looks like, or grandpa or grandma looks like. You can do that. That's how I started my YouTube channel. I got my rear end jumped on, said, you should do it. I said, well, I got over 15 kids scattered out over the United States. And, I used to drink alcohol, smoke Mary Jane, blotter acid. But I've been sober from alcohol and drugs 25 plus years. That's probably 30 years, but 25 plus years, it covers it. I think all my kids on this planet needs to know that. I might got some in Michigan, around Detroit, Youngstown, Ohio. They need to know that. When I talk about Detroit, Youngstown, Ohio, I was a truck driver. And I like the kids to know. But I got to write everything down on paper on this rotary tiller where I can put everything in the chat, and ask you for the help. Try to get them to send it to the Home Depot in Clarksville. Put it all together. They can use a pickup truck to bring it to my house. Make sure everything works in it. Make sure the air got 20 to 25 pounds of air. I had 22 pounds of air and the rim slipped. When the rim slipped on that tar, it cut the inner tubes. Who that blankety blank thought of putting a tube inside a rear wheel drive rotary tiller? That sucks. That's stupid. But, I'm at 54 minutes, people. I want to thank you all that gave me the thumbs up and help on my watch hours. And my dream is to get to at least five. Let's round it off. 10,000 subscribers, over 4,000 watch hours. That way, I can get super chats and stuff like that. But I'm trying my best. That's all I can do. Try to give you information. And that's what I want to do. Also, men, I'm going to teach you something. Some of you younger men who's dating to help you stay together a long time. Women is always right, men. If you want to stay married 10 to 60 years, I don't know, you've been married 70 years. Now, let's see. If you got married at 27 and make you about 90 years old, you could be married 70 years. But women's always right. You men don't want to sleep in a doghouse or take cold showers. And also, people, I forgot, happy birthday if you're born today. Happy anniversary if you got married on today's day. I should do a video in the morning to remind you all about happy birthdays and anniversary. But you all know what I'm about. I'm trying to help you all out. I'm single. What's the age limit of a girlfriend? I know you all kill me. 21 and above. Got to have a job. I'm not going to be a sugar daddy. I like old TV shows. I like flowers. I like kitty cats. I love fried chicken, mashed potatoes, chicken gravy, no fish of any kind. I just like to have some company. I like old country music like Hank Williams Sr., Elvis Presley, Willie Nelson, John Cougar Mellencamp, Prince, Janis Joplin, Grandpa Jones. That's the good old country music. Percy Sledge. I'm thinking of this black guy. I can't think of what his name is. No, I can't think of it. He sings Kawaza, if you all know what I'm talking about. And if you like to cut grass or you like to weed eat, you have a green thumb, you can help me. I'm getting flower beds ready. I didn't do too good when I bought this house on tulips. I did buy me a drill bit that you put on your drill that you can drill a hole to put your bulbs in. I've done that. I got that last week. I drilled me a hole out there that comes Friday when I go to Tractor Supply. I'm going to look for a rose bush, probably a red one, or try to plant me a rose bush because I like rose bushes. Because my mom loves rose bushes. And probably the winter time, probably about December, I would order some more tulips, is what I would do. Hello, 709. I know I'm early tonight. You know, got all the kitty cats fed. I decided to come on here early. There's no audio. Well, why ain't there no audio? Why can't you hear me? I can hear me. Let me see. Yeah, I can hear it. Yeah, I can hear it. Check your volume. Check your volume. Check your volume because it's coming over my cell phone. Well, that's funny. Well, see? That's funny. Well, see? That's funny. I can hear it. I can hear it. I can hear it. I can hear it. And green bars down there is moving. Is moving. Well, the speaker bars is all up. Let me go over to my settings if I don't screw up. Well, can you hear me? Because, everything, it seemed to be at 75%. And, I'm looking at everything. It shows it's working. So I don't know what's going on because the bars is all moving. Well, I didn't do nothing. You must have your volume turned down. Because I can hear it on my cell phone. And so, but I don't know what happened Sunday. I listened to Bob Joyce. I can hear Bob Joyce real loud through here, but when I go back and watch the video, his audio is low. And I can't figure it out. That could be. Everybody makes mistakes because I'm looking down. If you're done on YouTube, you got, let's see, 6 dots by your microphone. And it's doing about 3 dots. So the audio is kind of up. So I don't know. But that's okay. I fed all the kitty cats. I got a feeling one of the mama cats, I don't know which one did it. I'm thinking LB. Because I got my steps. You got a cubby hole between the wall and the steps. It sounds like I hear babies down there. But I'm leaving them alone until they bring him up. And Kelly, she had her first litter of babies. Kelly only had one. It's kind of, I guess, I call it a yellow kitty cat, orange cat. She only had one, but I guess God let her have one to let her learn how to take care of one baby. And she keeps moving them. And, she's a new mother. Usually new mother cats will move their babies around until she feels comfortable where a human won't hurt them or another tomcat won't hurt them. You know how tomcats are, people. And but I want to remind you who all gets paid on the 3rd here in the United States. You get paid probably Friday, because that's the 2nd. You might get it on the 1st. But usually when the 3rd falls on Saturday or Sunday, you get paid on a Friday. So I have to wait until then. But, I want to thank you all that has subscribed and all this. I try to keep it about an hour. Yeah, I try to keep it, pretty good. But I want to welcome you all tonight and have a great day. Remember, God loves you all. Yeah, God loves you all. I want you all to have a great day. And I try to stay an hour. I know I'm early tonight, but I am going to do a video. I'm going to share a video, might do it tomorrow, about on my rotary tiller, a piece of crap, and the problems I'm having with it. And because what I'm going through, I don't want you to go through. I know they have the warranty on it, but you can screw it up if you put it together. But like usually when you buy a new lawnmower, it's put together. This came from Home Depot, the Legion Force 212cc rear drive rotary tiller. It's a piece of crap. They said a week ago today that I get an email on a replacement. I still ain't got it as of today. It's been 7 days. 7 days, not working days. And that makes me mad. The transmission doesn't work. It won't go in reverse. You do not put inner tubes in a rear drive because your tires and rim is going to spin. When your rim spins, it's going to cut the inner tube. So they screwed up. I got 2 flat tires. It won't go in reverse. It was damaged. The box was damaged. And, it's stupid. I told them, I said, ship it to Home Depot in Clarksville, Indiana. Have them put it together. have them check it out, make sure everything works. Reverse, front, high speed, low gear, make sure everything works. Cotton picker don't work. It won't go in reverse. Two flat tires. I only made one round around my garden. Ended up getting two flat tires. The rim shifted and it cut the two. I had 22 pounds of air in it. You know, to keep, since I used to work in a gas station and we used to put inner tubes in tires, we took glue around the rim of it and on both sides. Then we had the valve stem up. We blowed it up where it is sealed real good. Then we put the valve stem. Then we put 32 pounds of air in it. That does happen, people. You know, maybe I'm old-fashioned. But I want to thank you all for being on here. So, God loves you. Remember, God does not give up on you. You might give up on him or Jesus. There's only two people, Jesus and God. Look how big this planet is. Billions and billions of people who's praying to God. Remember, there's only two of them. It takes time. Don't give up. And I want to thank you all for tonight. And Friday is bill paying time, or maybe Thursday might. I check my bank and see if it's in there on Thursday. It could be. Nope, the girls ain't in here because I'm early. You know, I'm early tonight because I got to get back on my heating pad because, like I say, I put that rotary tiller together a week ago yesterday. It about killed me. I couldn't get out of the bed. I couldn't hardly walk. And I got this heating pad. The first night I used it, I went to sleep about 8:30. I forget what night it was. But, you know, I'm going to do a video, two videos. I'm going to do the one on the LG ThinQ stove, put the reference number, serial number, the model number of when I got it. That way you all can help me on that like you have. Then I'm going to do a video on this piece of crap rotary tiller, that PULSAR Legion Force 212cc rear wheel drive rotary tiller. Reverse doesn't work. Two flat tires. It had 22 pounds of air in it. And the box is all ripped up. The cage, the metal racket came in, was tore up, but they done left by the time I got out there to it. I'm trying to help you all out. No matter where do I blame Home Depot on this? Yes, I do. I blame Home Depot of Clarksville, Indiana on this problem. They should have put it together, try it out, make sure reverse works, everything works. But no, they had to order it, it was shipped, I had to put it together. But Home Depot or Clarksville, Indiana said, no, we ship it that way. I said, I'm not able to put it together. And I'm not a certified mechanic. It's under warranty. And by you all putting it together and you try reverse and everything in it, you know if it works before I get the blankety blank thing. That's my opinion. I blame 60% on Home Depot for that and 40% on the people who made it. I have to put some blame on Home Depot or Clarksville, Indiana. I had to do it. I'm sorry. But when the last year you bought a washer and dryer, a GE, a kitchen stove, a freezer, an ice box, then that LG ThinQ piece of crap, which Home Depot knew it was bad. They didn't make it, but they sold it. As the CEO of Home Depot, I tell them to take their LG stuff, take it out of all Home Depot stores. That's what I would do. If I own a business like a grocery store that sells Pepsi product, since they're having problems getting Pepsi Zero, I would call their sales rep. I say, you take every one of your Pepsi products out of this store until you can get us Pepsi Zero. That's what I would do. Because the dollar store at 32 Leota Road, Scottsburg, Indiana, is losing money on account of the CEO of Pepsi closing down they closed down other factories. But your CEOs is a bunch of jack donkeys. When you shut those other plants down, you should have had the other plants ready to go, make your Pepsi Zero and the other stuff that Pepsi can't get in the dollar stores, Dollar Tree, Kroger's, JC, Walmart. I would fire them CEOs of Pepsi. I would love to be a CEO, but I don't think they have an office close to me. And I straighten those people's butts up. I got family members. I'm not going to tell you what state they work in. They having problems getting Pepsi Zeros and a few other things. But, that's my pet peeve. I know I'm early tonight, You know, I know I'm early, but I try to keep it about an hour. If I had some good content, I might be on for a couple of hours or 3 hours, but I don't have what you all like. But I will share the video on the LG ThinQ with the reference number, the serial number, and the model number. I gave you all the reference number. They text my son twice last week. They never get back to him. They never did send anybody out to see what the problem is. Is that a control board problem or a computer chip? I don't know nothing about those smart kitchen stoves, you know. But I have found out that LG on this model has some problems. Paid about $1,000 because we made it over months. I think we should get the money back and go buy a GE smart stove, since we done got a washer and dryer last year and an ice box, all from Home Depot. I blame Home Depot on the LG stove, maybe 45% on the stove. I know they didn't make it. LG made it. But if I was Home Depot CEO, I would tell LG, come and get that piece of craps and take it out of my store. At Home Depot, there's a whole lot of stores. You know, that's one thing. That's what it takes. But I will put on the rotary tiller that number and all this on here. I want you all to complain when I do that. Because, you know, they figure with me 500 subscribers, you know, that's not a whole lot of people. But you all share it on your YouTube channel. You talk about it on your YouTube channel. I appreciate it. That's what I'm all about. Everything that I have problems with, I'm passing it on to you, hoping that you don't have the same problems. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to help you all out. So, people, this is Tuesday night, and my back is hurting because I'm sitting up instead of laying down, and my back's a killing me. So, you know, I'm trying my best. So I want to say goodbye. God bless you all. God loves you. Do not give up on God, because God has not given up on you. You might give up on God, but God has not given up on you. And men, ladies is always right. Ladies, it's not your fault that you're getting abused by those a-holes. Don't stay there. Get the heck out. Call 911 when you get abused. Report it. Have your paper trail. And I got that find out about this lady in Scott County. See if she's still there or she done left. 'Cause she was afraid to leave. Her husband threatened to kill her and the kids. But since I do have 50 on my YouTube channel, 50 is on everybody's YouTube channel. And when I first brought it up, I guess the sheriff's department, the state police, city police is probably going back in their files and looking about that, you know. So I catch you all later. I got to go in and lay down, turn my heating pad on. I was watching CSI Miami, and that one paid Lieutenant Kane. He played in, I think, Hill Street Blues. I think that's the same guy. So I love you all. I catch you all later. And remember, God loves you. I love you as my YouTube channel. And people who subscribes to your channel and you get the email, please subscribe back to their YouTube channel. Watch a couple of those videos. Some of them that has done it, I subscribe. Their videos is better than mine, but people, you got to figure, I'm 70 plus years old with medical problems. I wish I could do some of the content that they do, but you figure I'm old, you know, on the sick list. I try my best. So, people, goodbye, peace. Catch you all later. I love you. God loves you, no matter who you are. Goodbye. Um,